Barcelona breaking news. In today's update, we dive into massive developments at Camp Nou as Barca receive a huge boost in the race for €120 million superstar Julian Alvarez, who has officially rejected a Premier League return to Chelsea. But there's a twist. PSG have now entered the battle with serious interest. We also break down Bayern Munich's move for Barca forward target Fisnik Asllani, the worrying situation of Ansu Fati at Monaco with €11 million on the line, and why Hansi Flick is still not ready to trust defensive wonderkid Jofre Torrents. Stay tuned, all the latest transfers, loan updates and insider details are here. Barcelona delight as €120 million striker target rejects Chelsea, but there's a new competitor. Barcelona have been given a major boost as Julian Alvarez has snubbed a return to England with Chelsea, though Paris Saint-Germain have reportedly burst into the race for the Atletico Madrid frontman. Sky Sports' Sasha Tavolieri claims Alvarez no longer considers a return to the Premier League, as he feels he has already given his all in England during an illustrious spell with Manchester City. A variety of recent reports have named Alvarez as a striker target for Chelsea, but the Blues will seemingly struggle to convince him on such a move. Tavolieri confirms that Barcelona have expressed interest in the Argentina ace, though PSG are emerging as serious contenders. Luis Enrique is a big admirer of Alvarez, viewing him as an ideal signing to take the PSG attack to an even higher level. PSG chiefs have been exploring the possibility of a transfer for several weeks, with Tavolieri stating that the deal could become a hot topic next summer. Alvarez has opened the door to a move to PSG. But the Champions League holders, just like Barca, will have to meet Atleti's excessive demands. Striker will cost eye-watering fee. The report adds that Atleti want at least €120 million, £106 million $139 million, for Alvarez. Other clubs allegedly see this as an outrageous fee, despite the 25-year-old's status as one of the top strikers in the world. While not saying it publicly, Alvarez is privately open to leaving Atleti and joining a club with a better chance of winning league titles and the Champions League. Barca and PSG seem to fit the bill perfectly. Barca will clearly be concerned about PSG entering the frame for Alvarez, and them having the player's green light to initiate a deal. Recent reports indicate that Julian Alvarez's first choice is Barcelona, as he dreams of following in Lionel Messi's footsteps and creating his own legacy at Camp Nou. However, Barca face one major obstacle: the €120 million price tag. To afford this massive fee, the club would likely need Lewandowski to leave, freeing space on the wage bill, and then sell two more players. Possible departures could be Dani Olmo, Marc Casado, or Ronald Araujo. Because the Alvarez deal is so expensive and competitive, Barcelona are also keeping backup plans. Their shortlist of strikers includes several alternatives in case Alvarez stays at Atletico or chooses PSG instead. One major option is Harry Kane, who will have a €65 million release clause next summer. But the situation is complicated because Tottenham want to bring him back, meaning Barca will face strong competition for his signature. Dusan Vlahovic would make the most sense for Barca from a financial perspective. He has entered the final year of his Juventus contract and will not renew, which means Barca could snare him on a free transfer. Then there is Karl Etta-Young, the wildcard option. The 22-year-old has little experience at the highest level but has bagged 6 goals and 12 appearances for Levante so far this season. Bayern Munich hold talks with Barcelona forward target with 9G per a report. Given that Robert Lewandowski is in the final year of his contract, FC Barcelona are planning for life beyond the 37-year-old striker. The Blaugrana have identified established players such as Harry Kane, Julian Alvarez, and Sergio Guirassy as possible candidates to succeed the pole. At the same time, Barcelona are also keeping an eye on young, cost-effective options, considering their financial situation. And one such target happens to be TSG Hoffenheim forward Fisnik Asllani, enjoying a fine campaign in the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich hold concrete interest in Aslani. However, according to Sky Sports journalist Florian Plettenberg, Bayern Munich also hold a concrete interest in Fisnik Asllani heading into the summer of 2026. In fact, the report states that the reigning Bundesliga champions have already held talks over a potential move for the Kosovan centre-forward. Aslani, so far, has managed to register 6 goals and 3 assists from 12 matches across the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. The forward, who can play in multiple positions in the final third, has also helped Kosovo make it to the World Cup qualifying playoffs. Bayern Munich, thus, have been impressed by his development and are prepared to make a move, with Aslani expected to leave Hoffenheim in the summer via a release clause. Barcelona's interest in Aslani is not as concrete at this point, with the Catalans focusing on other prospective targets. Julian Alvarez is seen as the top option, while the Catalans view UD Levante starlet Eda Ayong as a cost-effective alternative. But the Blaugrana will be paying attention to the developments surrounding Aslani and Bayern Munich's growing interest in the Kosovan attacker. Barcelona alarmed over forward situation at loan club with €11 million at stake. Ansu Fati's loan move from FC Barcelona to AS Monaco last summer has turned into a roller coaster. The La Masia forward started off slowly at his new club because it took time for him to settle into the team. The French club worked hard on his physical condition so that he could join without risking a recurrence of his injury problems. Ansu's introduction into the team under Adi Hutter was spectacular, with an exceptional level of performance. The numbers spoke for themselves: 6 goals in 5 matches, averaging 1 every 41 minutes. However, things have taken a turn for the worse for the Spaniard ever since. Now, according to Marca, Barcelona are concerned about Ansu Fati's newfound situation at Monaco and his reduced role under Pocognoli. Everything suggested that, given Ansu's excellent early performances, Monaco would activate the option to buy, valued at €11 million. Now the situation is at a standstill because of the few minutes he is receiving under the new coach. After all, since the managerial change, Ansu has not scored. In the 6 matches he has played under Pocognoli, he has not found the net once. This has caused him to lose prominence in the team. He has accumulated only 55 minutes in the last 3 matches. Given the new situation, Barcelona and Ansu will need to reassess their plans. The first step is to see what happens between now and the Christmas break. If everything returns to normal as it was earlier in the season, and he reclaims his place in the team, there will be no issue and he will remain at Monaco. However, if the forward continues to be sidelined, it is very possible that a new destination will be sought for him in January. After all, it is essential for Ansu to keep playing and gain minutes to fully recover his confidence and to ensure that Monaco or another club consider buying him in the next summer market. Why Hansi Flick is not yet ready to depend on Barcelona youngster. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick is not yet prepared to place his full faith in a highly regarded up-and-coming member of the club's defensive ranks. That's according to Mundo Deportivo, who highlight Jofre Torrents as the player in question. Youngster Jofre is for his part widely considered to be a future star in the making behind the scenes in Catalonia's capital. Still just 18 years of age, the left-back has been consistently called up to the first-team setup in Barcelona across the season to date. Despite the hit-and-miss performances of Alejandro Balde, though, Jofre has been afforded just 2 appearances in La Liga, for a total of 38 minutes on the pitch. And this week, an insight into precisely why the Spaniard has not been afforded a more consistent chance to impress has surfaced. As per a report from MD, Jofre, in the eyes of the Blaugrana coaching staff, still seems a bit raw, particularly defensively. They are also worried that the pressure of a starting role could burn him out. And that wraps up today's huge Barca update. Julian Alvarez rejecting Chelsea gives Barcelona real hope, but PSG's entry makes the race even hotter. Bayern are pushing for Aslani, Ansu Fati's future is now uncertain, and Jofre Torrents may need more time before Flick fully trusts him. Let me know in the comments, who should Barcelona sign? Alvarez, Kane, Vlahovic, or Eda Ayong? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest Barca transfer news. Visca Barça. Monaco replaced Hutter with Sebastian Pocognoli as manager. Barcelona worried.